Alright, today we're going to make some muffin tin cheesecakes that look like cupcakes, kind of. So I'm going to take you step by step on how to do that. But before I do it, make sure to smash that subscribe button and tell at least 10 friends that we're, here. Okay, in the first step, you want to get some graham crackers. Doesn't really matter what kind. I guess whatever's your favorite. You can get cinnamon if you want to, or you can get regular ones. But you're going to need 2 cups worth of honey graham crackers, or whatever your choice is. So what you want to do is crush them. You can do them in a plastic baggie, or you can do it in one of these Ninja grade chop chops. Food processors. That's what I'm doing. So you're going to need about 2 cups worth of graham cracker crumbs, which is, with the Great Value brand, it's 1 whole pack of these and then a half a pack of these. Next, you're going to need 5 tablespoons of some form of brown sugar. I again have the Great Value brand because, like the quality of my videos, I am cheap. Alright, so you want to put your 5 tablespoons of brown sugar into the Ninja mixer or whatever food processor that you have, and then hit the start button. Alright, for this step, I'm using the tablespoon, but you can use whatever spoon you want. You just mix everything together, just to kind of get some kind of even flow of all these 2 ingredients. And then we're going to add some melted butter into it to kind of smash it together so it gives a more crust-like consistency. Alright, next you'll need 8 tablespoons of butter. Again, I have the Great Value brand of butter because, like my videos, I am cheap. Alright, so I placed the butter into a bowl and put it in the microwave for 1 minute. That should melt the entire stick completely. But if it does not, then just nuke it for however many more seconds you feel is necessary to make the butter melted. Alright, the next step while that is microwaving is to set your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit and start it. Alright, now I have my frothy microwave butter and then my graham cracker and brown sugar mixture. And so what you'll want to do, and unfortunately I can't do this and hold my camera at the same time, you'll want to slowly pour the butter into here and stir while you're pouring the butter. The reason why I like to use the tablespoon is because you're going to need to scoop out 2 tablespoons worth of patted graham cracker mixture and put it in your cupcake tin. Alright, after about a minute of stirring or so, you should have like a very crumbly, easily packed graham cracker crust. And what you'll do at this point is you'll scoop out 2 tablespoons worth and put it into your cupcake holders. Alright, next you want to get a muffin tin, some cupcake holders, and then some kind of cooking spray. Unfortunately, I don't have any Great Value cooking spray. I have the Piggly Wiggly brand. It's not as cheap as the Great Value, but it will do. I went ahead and sprayed it. Unfortunately, I couldn't spray it and hold the camera at the same time, but this will make it to where the cupcake holder comes off easily and you don't have as much cheesecake residue left over on the cupcake holder so that you can eat more cheesecake. Alright, and now we're getting ready to do our 2 tablespoon scoops into each one. I should be able to do this while holding the camera, but if not, then I'll just, put it back down. I'm going to try just 1 scoop at this point, just because my muffin cupcake tin, and whatever you want to call this, looks a little bit bigger, but we will see exactly how much I have left over and what this packs down into as I'm doing it. Like I said, 1 tablespoon into each one, pack it down, and then add the 2nd tablespoon, because you never know, you might run out sometimes. Oops, sometimes mistakes like that happen. You just want to make sure that you have enough and everybody actually gets to eat some cheesecake. But just so you're not watching me scoop a tablespoon into each one of these again, I will start again once I'm ready to add the next ingredients. I packed down the first go. It looks like there's enough room for more, so I'm going to add some more. If you feel like that's enough cheesecake crust for you and you want more actual cheesecake inside the cupcake holder, then obviously you don't have to add as much graham cracker crust, but this should give you enough to do 2 tablespoons in each one. Alright, there's 3 ingredients that you need to have out 2 hours prior to actually doing this. One is the cream cheese, again, Great Value brand because I'm cheap. The next is eggs, which I come in the blue carton and it's probably Great Value. And then the sour cream is also Great Value. The reason why you want to leave these 2 out is because it makes it, mix smoother with the cream cheese that's been sitting at room temperature for at least 2 hours. Now that I say this, I probably should preface the entire video saying there are at least 3 ingredients that you need to leave out for 2 hours prior to even attempting this. Alright, once you get your cream cheese in a mixing bowl, you can just mix it with a spoon. Some people like to mix it with a hand mixer or one of those industrial grade mixers. I feel it's better to use a spoon because that way you can control the consistency instead of trying to do some guesswork. But I'm not a professional chef. I would assume that a lot of you are, but again, cooking is an art, so you just make it your own. Right, after you stir it, it's going to look a little bit lumpy. That's fine. It doesn't want you to stir it. It's very difficult to. But your next ingredient that you're going to add is some sugar. So with the sugar, you'll need 2/3 of a cup, and you just pour it right on in there, so. And then you start mixing it together till it's pretty fluffy. Once you put in some elbow grease, it's going to look kind of like cake frosting. It takes maybe 30 seconds to a minute of just heavy stirring to get it to look like this. Alright, the next step is to add the 2 eggs, and then you also want to add a teaspoon of either vanilla bean paste or just vanilla extract, but you want to make sure that it's pure vanilla extract. Again, I have the Great Value version of the pure vanilla extract because I don't like spending money. Alright, once you get your 2 eggs in and your teaspoon of vanilla extract, pure vanilla extract rather, you're going to want to put in some more elbow grease and stir this until it's really rich and creamy. Alright, once you start stirring it, it's going to look like you've probably messed it up. That's not true. Just keep stirring it, smash the eggs, make sure that you keep stirring it because you'll get a consistency like this. Alright, now it's time to add the sour cream. It is 2/3 of a cup, and so you just want to put it right in there and just stir it. This is where your trusty tablespoon will come back into play because like the graham cracker crust, you want to do 2 tablespoons worth of scoops into your cupcake filling. You can continue to do that if you want to. I like to do 1 tablespoon each, and then whatever's left over just kind of divvy up, but it should be enough. But just in case it's not, at least every one of them got 1 tablespoon worth. Alright, I actually got 2.5 tablespoons into each one of them, and I still have a little bit left over, so I might play with it a little bit. But I left a few of them undone. As you can see, these ones are a little bit more spherical, more circular, whereas these look like I just globbed it on, which I did. So in order to get kind of that globby look out, with your trusty tablespoon, you just kind of tap on it a little bit. And as you're tapping on it, it'll smooth itself over, and sometimes it will leave that little deedly bopper, but it'll go down. With the other ones, you know, you just smooth it on out, smooth it on out. You know, you can swirl it around yourself, smooth it on out. And you may, you know, with this one, I got some graham cracker crust in the cheesecake. That's fine. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. But you just want to, you know, smooth it out. Make sure that, you know, it looks pretty, pretty decent. I may wait it a little bit too long to smooth it out because it doesn't look like the swirly is going down. So, but it'll be all right. I mean, it's still cheesecake. People eat it. All right. The next step for your cheesecake cupcakes is to stick them in the oven for 15 to 18 minutes. I usually go the lower route first because, I mean, you can always add heat, but you can't take it away. But there's a certain consistency you want it to have. You don't want it to look runny, but you still want the center to be jiggly. And hopefully I'll be able to get that perfect equilibrium that we have for cheesecake, and I can show it to y'all. But if not, then I might have just a little bit overdone, drier cheesecake. But again, it's still cheesecake, so people will eat it. Alright, the timer just went off, so we're gonna check on these mini cheesecakes real quick. They're looking pretty good. I think, give it a little, see, we want that jiggle right there in the middle. See that jiggle? Should be able to see it jiggling a little bit. It's not runny, because if it was still runny, it would look kind of wet. Obviously, it wouldn't be doing this if I was jiggling it differently. But yeah, that's kind of what you're looking for right there. You see, each one of them is doing that, you know, cheesecake jiggle dance. All right, and taking these out, you'll want to just let them rest for about 45 minutes. That'll give them enough time to cool down. They'll settle a little bit, and then you'll refrigerate them up to 2 hours at least. If you're needing them the same day of, then you need to at least refrigerate them for 2 hours. And before you put it in the fridge, you want to make sure you cover it in plastic wrap. That's going to about do it for this video. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. I would show you what it looks like after 2 hours, but surprise, they're going to look exactly the same but cold. So again, smash that subscribe button. If you want me to do more cooking tutorials, then let me know in that comment section, or just like the video, and that will probably be enough motivation for me to do another one. Just kidding, guys. It has been 2 hours now, so I am showing you that the cheesecakes look like cheesecake still, but I wanted to also kind of show you what it looks like with the topping on it. So we're just going to do one of these, because we're actually going to eat these for Christmas tomorrow. But this one I'm going to eat now, and I want to put one of my favorite toppings on it, relish.